to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Excited about today's episode. It's Monday, man. We wasn't here Friday. We had a 3-day weekend, man. It wasn't a holiday, but a holiday for us. But we are rejuvenated, energized for y'all today on a Monday, ready to tackle these topics, man. But look, I got two of my bros with me, as y'all can see, my two co-hosts. But before I bring them up to the stage and introduce them, let me tell y'all what we're going to talk about today. First off, LeBron James is going to carry the flag for USA for the Olympics. First time in NBA history this ever happened to any player for the U.S. team. You know, Steve Nash did it for Canada. Shout out to Steve Nash. So we got to talk about that. And also, you know, they almost dropped the L over the weekend to a 42-point favorite they had. We're going to talk about that. Listen, man, John Harbaugh came out and made some comments about Lamar Jackson. We got to tackle that. The WNBA had an awesome All-Star weekend. We got to react to that. And lastly, bringing it to the R2L show, we got Dave with his Dave's Dog House. Now, look, speaking of Dave's Dog House, I got my man Davey Dollars here. He's here for the whole week, y'all.
What happened on Friday? We were not impacted by the blue screen. All right? Just want to let y'all know. So everybody that's in the airport right now, if your phone is on the charger because your flight got delayed, put it on the charger because you got a whole hour to refuse to lose. But for the person who messed up that update, you're done, son. Because I was in the airport when it first happened, but my flight didn't get delayed. So I'm back. I'm back because I'm telling y'all, if my flight was today, I probably wouldn't have been here. I probably been doing it from my phone. So I'm glad I'm here. Let's talk some sports, fellas. How y'all?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm feeling good. Like Joe said, I'm happy that I'm actually going to be on the show all week. So I'm excited about that. It's been a little while since I've been able to do that, but I'm definitely excited about that.
Gifts.
Then I'm happy to be bringing Dave's Doghouse to the show. I can't wait to see their reactions to what I got to say about who's in the doghouse. And this will be the first time, I believe, that I'm talking about a dog that's going to be in the doghouse. No, well, not in the doghouse, but on the doghouse. So it's really this is going to be a great show. Joe already been taking shots in the back and backstage talking about Come on. Joe is terrible, man. It's gonna be a great show, man. It's Monday. We've been making money. We got more money to make, though. Let's turn up. Turn me up. Jody, do your thing. Pause.
Yeah. I don't know what they're talking about. All right. So disregard that. But look, y'all, we are streaming this on two platforms, Facebook and YouTube. So make sure y'all like the video on both of the platforms. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe and follow on all of our social media platforms and share this video with a sports fan, because guess what? You can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. Shout out to my man Daniel for being the first comment. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Shout out to ET. All right. So, look, you can be involved in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. And last but not least, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Man, shout out to my man Blaze, man. You know, tuning in all the way from the motherland. He say it's 2 a.m. over there, so I guess we gotta get. I guess maybe he stopped in the motherland because he going over there to Paris to see LeBron carry the flag at some point. I don't know. Just joking, but it's USA, Team USA. I mean, outside of that sketchy win, man. Like, who would have thought? We named all the teams that said they probably couldn't win the gold, but this is one team that we didn't name. They gave them a little run for their money in that showcase game, but it came out that LeBron has been voted by his fellow Olympians to be Team USA flag bearer at the opening ceremony on Friday in Paris. I did not take a French class, so I'm not going to botch the city's name. But if you know the name, say it with yourself or read it out loud as I keep going. So, guys, how we feel about this? Okay, shout out to the Miami Heat zone.
We got vid too.
We got video. Drop the video for him, Joe.
Entire men's Olympic basketball team. We would like to nominate LeBron James to be the flag bearer for all of Team USA.
He got that honor, so you get to wave the flag in Paris, my man.
You want to run that back one more time for LeBron James? LeBron James. Nah, that's a big honor. But guys, how y'all feeling about that?
You know, I think it's a huge honor. First time in NBA history, somebody is carrying that torch for the USA team. I think LeBron deservedly so. He deserves that honor. I mean, listen, man, LeBron is one of the greatest players ever. I mean, he is the greatest player in his generation. All right, so he deserves it, you know. And you look at all the Olympians, he's the most seasoned one, right? And he's the more decorated at his craft compared to his contemporaries, right? So, and he's showing us why he's who he is, you know, at the age he is, you know, what Bibby always say, year 22, right? Or year 23, whatever year he's in. I lost count. This man is still carrying Team USA. You know, I mean, you know, Kobe did it before, you know, KD did it 4 years ago. But LeBron, this year, he's doing it, though. He's carrying the team. He was actually clutch today, too. Hit a three, clutch three, and hit a layup today. So, shout out to LeBron. He definitely deserves it.
Who else, Dave?
I said D Wade did it, too. Remember who led the USA in scoring? It was Dwayne Wade. So
Kobe was the leader, though.
Don't matter. D Wade led the scoring.
So the Charles Barkley, you gonna say it's Jordan, though, right?
Ain't got nothing to do with me. We ain't talking about Charles Barkley. We talking about D Wade right now.
40 point, 50 point.
But nah, man, this is a great thing for LeBron James, and I mean, he deserves it more than anyone else on there. I mean, it would have been fine if it was Steph, but this is Steph's first time, so I think it's best that you give it to LeBron James. This more than likely will be his last time playing for you with Team USA. And this is his chance to get another gold medal. I believe he has 2 already. Yeah, he has 2 already. And then Kevin Durant is on the team. You can look at all the guys that are on this team who deserves it more than LeBron. No one, honestly. LeBron is like Joe said, the most decorated guy. He's the leader of the team, and he's playing the best at age 39 years old. And there's younger guys on this team who are more ready than who should be, you know, able to take over. You heard Anthony Edwards say that he's option 1, where clearly LeBron James is still option 1. I think that's without a doubt. And this is nothing against Anthony Edwards. I think he's a great young player. Like I said, he's my favorite young player in the league right now. So I believe that when given the opportunity years down the line, it may be him. Because you hear the comparisons to Kobe and Jordan and Dwayne Wade all the time when it comes to Anthony Edwards. But LeBron James he's LeBron James. He's the king. He's the second GOAT. You know, I'm not gonna say the GOAT, but you know, second GOAT. He's second in line to the GOAT, Michael Jordan. But either way, he's of our generation. I would say he's the GOAT of our generation for sure. Because we actually watched him from 2003 all the way up into now, and seeing what he's gone through. We've seen every stage of LeBron. We've seen LeBron going into his prime. We've seen prime Bron. We've seen kind of sort of the end of the prime Bron, and now we see Bron where he's pretty much the seasoned vet, and he's still playing like he's in his prime. No one has ever played this well this long in their entire career. So I mean, he deserves it more than anybody. So I think it's great. And I think it was like 595 USA guys that's across that voted for him. So to me, that seems unanimous. So I believe he is well deserved. And yeah, man. Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm gonna let Tomo talk about it first before I answer that question.
Can we all agree? Shout out to Miami Heat Zone. Can we all agree LeBron should have never left? Should have never have left.
Yes, he should have left. Number one. D-Wade was break it down.
First of all, no, I don't know.
Hold on, go ahead and say your go ahead and get your thing. We'll address a comment.
First, and another thing, if YouTube is owned by Google, they need to fix the we don't need spell correct. We know what we typing. They be always trying to fix people, man. YouTube set me up the same way, man. Have everybody on here looking like they don't know what we're talking about. But first of all, LeBron, hats off, man. Who else would have got it? Who else would have got it? Like, I understand if LeBron wasn't there, they probably would have voted for Steph. But again, 2-time gold medalist. Another thing that Bibby also says is earned, not given. This is definitely something that's earned. It wasn't given, because I know when they sat down and thought about this, who we gonna vote for, and unanimously, the first name that should have came out of everybody's mouth was LeBron James. Again, he's been here before. He's been on a team that has lost. So again, he's been battle tested as far as the Olympics. And Dave, what you said, we literally watched LeBron grow from a boy into a man. Literally, you watch him become a great basketball player, a great father, like everything that represents what it is to be an athlete, or what they model, or they say an athlete should model after, is what LeBron has done. He doesn't have any blemishes on his record outside of going to Miami, which is funny that he asked the question, because I was going to bring that up. That's the only blemish that most people would say. And he's a trailblazer. I mean, technically, players weren't thinking about leaving their team until LeBron did such. This same thing with this Team USA. LeBron said, look, I'm tired of this. Trailblazer. He said, look, got people on the phone and said, we're going back out to Paris. We're going to bring back the gold. We're not playing around no more. Probably was him thinking about it like, this may be my last year playing in the Olympics, but he also was able to get some big names to show up. Because I guess when they seen the number, they said, oh, nah, LeBron calling. We got to go. Kawhi Leonard went out there. KD hurt, and he still went out there. And you can see in the huddles that he's even taking over the team as far as being the leader. He letting everybody do their thing. I know y'all seen the clip. If you haven't seen it, where KD was trying to put up a shot when they was putting up the huddle, he's like, man, go ahead, get the shot up, man. We know you're going to make it. Splash, and then they went right back to work. So again, Team USA, shout out to everybody that voted for him, and shout out to LeBron James for doing what he did. If there's some haters in the comments, he's got to hate in the comments, because he did his thing. He earned this one. Now,
and don't forget, y'all, it's not just like the NBA players, it's the whole Olympics. You know what I mean? It's the whole Olympics. So like Steph, I don't think Steph would have got held the flag. It was either LeBron or somebody from a different sport. Nobody else from the NBA would. Think about it. This is the first time in NBA history Michael Jordan even held the flag.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, if we were talking about just NBA players, it would have been, for me, if it's not LeBron, I give it to Steph. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it would have been Steph or KD.
Or KD.
You know, it would have been KD. This is Steph's first Olympics.
Yeah.
Major Olympics, because he did like the FIBA Olympics, all that stuff. But KD is the lead scorer in the Olympics, you know? So.
And for it to be the first in NBA history, that says a lot, because I think Don Staley did it. I don't know if it was Sue Bird. It was somebody else, though. I think the WNBA. I know Don Staley did it. I can't think of the other name, but
I think Sue Bird was the other one.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So first time in NBA history, because you got Michael Phelps, you got all these guys. You know what I mean? Like, you got different guys that, like, Michael Phelps dominated for a long time. You know what I mean? So
first time in what? This is the first time in what?
History.
LeBron to go. I'm just messing with you. That's gonna be added to the debate, though. I'm just letting you know.
And they struggle in the exhibition games.
hey, I'm just saying, man.
2 of them at that.
But look, to answer this question, is LeBron, should he have left? And we gotta move faster. You know, we got other topics to do, but we can all quickly answer this. This is what I would say. Can we agree LeBron should have? Shout out to Miami Heat Zone, by the way. Can we all agree LeBron should have never left Miami? And is Miami Bron the best? Yes, he should have left, because D-Wade, let's break it down. And then Chris Paul ended up getting a block, ended up retiring because of a blood clock, right? So I feel like the time was good. And the best version of Bron I've seen, 2018 Bron. 2018, 2017 was the best Bron I've ever seen in my life. So no, I don't think Miami Bron was the best.
That's the first time I heard that.
First time. That's
Hold on, we're gonna say you for last day because you the Miami Heat fan on here. So I'm gonna say should he have never left? I'm gonna say no, because technically him being there was good for LeBron's actual career, because that's where he was challenged the most. When he went back to Cleveland, he really wasn't challenged that much. It was kind of like, as far as a player, the organization did not challenge LeBron the way he was challenged in Miami. Pat Riley was not having some of the things that he was giving LeBron, some of the things that he was giving in Cleveland. Also, as far as coach selection, that was one of the best coaches LeBron had. When he went back to Cleveland, what happened? He
won a ring.
No. When he went back to Cleveland, it took what was the coach that he had there before?
David Blatt.
Then he got David Blatt fired. If Ty Lue didn't come back from that 1-3, he would have been fired. So again, he was challenged more in Miami. So that's why I say I think he should have stayed. Best LeBron.
It's another day, but that one ring got Cleveland worth like 4 rings in LeBron fans' eyes.
Where did he have to go to get the ring? Where did he have to go? He had to get challenged in Miami, right? I'm just saying.
Miami served the purpose. He got to leave. They served the purpose.
I think he would have been okay if he was there, but we'll see. I mean, we won't see, but go ahead, Dave.
For me, I agree with Joe. I believe he should have. I believe the timing was right for him to leave. Now, if people are thinking about, how would he be if he was with Bam, we wouldn't have drafted these players if LeBron was still with Miami, because you got to understand we were in the lottery, or at least in the top 15, to draft Bam Adebayo and to draft Tyler Hero. We wouldn't have been in a position to draft these guys if LeBron was still in Miami. And yeah, Wade was hurt. Bosh had blood clots. We don't know if that would have necessarily happened. I mean, we don't know about that stuff, but it happened. So I say the timing was right, but for me, the best Bron was Miami Bron. Just because of, if you look at peak Bron, if you look at his athleticism and everything, I believe that was 2012, 2013. All that time was Bron's best to me.
I mean, I'm glad he asked that question.
I believe you have a great argument with the 2018 Cavs Bron, because he was cerebral during that time. So I don't.
Yes, he was. That 2018 Bron would have won 4 straight in Miami.
Why you leave 2018 in Miami?
It took him to be where he was in Miami to be where he was in Cleveland.
You're right. Just like it took Jordan to lose to the Pistons to get to his peak. That's what I'm saying. Like, but he wasn't at his best yet. His best is 2018. We're going to chat though.
I'm just saying. You see, it's certain names that's going to get people riled up on Andre. Jordan, Brown.
I'm not saying it's not a good argument. It's a great argument, honestly. But
no, that's cool. We'll bring it to the chat though.
This is gonna be good.
I'm off the next 2 days. I got time.
I'm not working tomorrow either. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Hey, become a member. You're gonna want to see this.
I ain't even gotta say it. Click the link.
I think my man AJ agree with me this one. This is gonna be one time I agree with him, LeBron James.
We gonna see.
Dang, I'm gonna be defending LeBron James in the chat. Baby gonna love this.
Hey man, y'all had me defending Jalen Hurts one day, so we all got to do stuff
on the show.
We all do things we not accustomed to, kind of like
I had to defend Dak Prescott on here, so
we've all had our moments.
I told Tomo I'm rooting for Dak this year. I watched the episode.
I ain't going that far.
No more. Don't do it. No more.
I ain't going that far.
Don't do it no more.
Joe, I'm trying to jinx. What's going on?
You did. Look at the back of the game. But if anything shows you that rookies can have a great season, I'm just joking. Is Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That WNBA All-Star weekend, we got to talk about the recap. Because again, I knew the All-Star game was happening, but I keep talking about promotion for certain things. Like again, I know commercials ain't the thing and everybody's skipping ads, but we have to have something better where they promo these games. I've heard more about the Summer League than I did about the WNBA All-Star game.
Facts.
Right.
Some people didn't even know the All-Star game was happening until they seen Angel Reese and them walking down the tunnel. They were like, what's this? What's going on? They seen Asia Wilson doing her thing. Like, what's going on? A 3-point contest. What's up? So we're going to recap, man. Again, we watched it. I know if you didn't watch it, go back and watch some of those skill challenges. I think they need to add one of those skill challenges to the NBA too. That whole where they got to duck under and shoot the three, like that's perfect. That was perfect. But I would say last night. No, Saturday night, of course, you got the Friday night. That's when the skills challenge happened. Then Saturday night, you had the game. Shout out to Atlanta Dreams, Alicia Gray with the historic night. Because what she do? She not only won a 3-point contest, she won a skills challenge as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to do a reaction to the skills challenge, or we just want to talk about how Team USA messed up.
No, they were also weekend.
The entire weekend.
There we go. So then we're gonna roll right over into Saturday because I just basically told y'all what happened. Some people feel like Team USA missed out on a good thing, right? Because Team USA, they only do this in the WNBA when it's Olympic time. So they do Team USA versus the WNBA All-Stars. And of course, Dallas Wing guard, what'd she do? She ain't had no points in the first half, but she dropped 34 on them people in the second half. Arike, shout out to her. And she also won MVP. Team WNBA pulled off an 8-point win, 117-109. And Joe, go ahead. Tell me why Caitlin Clark need to be on Team USA, man.
Well, it's not really about Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna get shout out to okay. I'm gonna get shout out to the WNBA. First of all, let me say this: the WNBA skill challenge is tougher than the NBA's skill challenge. Let me start there. They gotta take 3 jump shots when the NBA only shooting 1. First of all, they gotta start off by passing into the jump 3 times. First of all, I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I don't know the
just say it, Joe. It's okay.
I don't know the size of the I don't know the size of the thing that they passing the ball in. All right. I don't know if the NBA joint is bigger or the NWA is smaller. I don't know all that. But I know that the first ring, they gotta bounce past it 3 times. Then they gotta pull up and shoot a 3, then shoot a midi, and then go under the joint and shoot a corner 3, and then pass it, and then lay it up. Well, the NBA is like, I'm going through traffic, pass. Going through traffic, leg it up. Going through traffic, pass. Then they got, come on, bro. So I like that. All right. Shout out to Alicia Gray, like you said, she won the 3-point shot also. Also, I gotta address some people real quick.
There you go. Names, I already know. Tell them about John Quill.
There it is. John Quill. Shout out to Vaughn, that's my bro. Put it, post it. She gonna be in the 3-point shot contest. What? And I saw you laugh too. You laugh also. All right.
I laughed. I didn't say that it was false. I laughed. Now you're reaching. You're reaching.
Hey, Tomo. This your boy? Yeah, we got the same laugh emoji. Yes, we do. Well, you got messed up with him. That's what happened. All right. You're guilty by association. So, Jacqueline Jones, I came in the chat and said she the closest in the KD, and people forgot I see her in person. I went and saw multiple games in the playoffs. So I put up a clip that I live saw, and she looked just like KD, didn't she? She was like, looks like KD. And guess what happened, Tomo? She went 40% from 3 this year. I don't think nobody checked that. She's a career 38% from 3-point line. And guess who won the first round of 3-point shootout contest? She did by a mile, and she lost by a game-winning bucket rate. She missed the last shot, would have won the whole thing. So, once again, she's the closest thing to KD because of her size and her skill. And in there's nobody else in WNBA with her size and her skill. Nobody. Not Brittany Griner, not Adrian Wilson. No. She's the most skilled big in the WNBA. All right. And Arike. Whew. Man. She was hitting everything, bro. She was hitting everything. And shout out to Caitlin Clark. My girl Kelsey Plant. I like you a lot. You know what I mean? You're doing your thing. Try to guard my girl full court. Didn't work. All right. Relax.
At the screen.
Huh?
It's at a screen.
That's part of the game, right? What happened with Steph? You chasing Steph. What's gonna happen? You gonna get hit with 30 screens?
There's no communication on that screen.
Hey, Team USA got the chemistry. That's why we put them together. So I don't want to hear about communication. All right, they got all the chemistry in the world. Ain't that what they said? Right? Ain't that what they said?
That's what they said.
This All-Star team got no chemistry and they won.
That's what
so
they said.
I'm not talking about that. I don't know. Hey, that's all I gotta say. But shout out to Angel Reese also. She led a game and she got double, and she led a game in rebounding. Caitlin Clark led an assist, and Arike just cooked them, girl. Young Kobe, by the way, in the WNBA.
Nah, facts. Arike was cooking in the second half. Like she couldn't buy a bucket in the first. Couldn't buy a bucket in the first half. Switch jerseys and then just got on fire. I don't know what it is about them black jerseys. I guess she was thinking about Mamba. You know, Mamba, Black Mamba, cooking. Caitlin Clark definitely was setting up some great assists in the WNBA game, All-Star game. You know, she hit Reese with a nice little bounce pass. It was tough. Oh my goodness. Reese definitely doing her thing. I mean, man, Reese also said something in the post game that she wouldn't mind playing on the same team as Caitlin Clark. So we might get to see that. We don't know. We might get to see it.
They trying to be buddy.
Might get to see it. But definitely was a great All-Star weekend. That skills challenge was definitely tough. Oh my goodness. I probably would, I know for sure, especially with my leg. I had a hard time trying to get that skills challenge.
Bro, this game like Aaron Foss out that junk.
Nah, facts. I definitely would like to see that in the NBA and look, NBA, put some players with some actual skill in the skills challenge. Don't just be putting anybody in the skills challenge. Like it don't make sense. It's not entertaining that way. So, and of course there was there was a lot of rumblings that why Sabrina and Caitlin wanted it, they declined to be in it. So let's get that out. Let's get that out the way. They declined to be in it. They're gonna have more chances next year, the year after that. So that's just, you know, they focus on everything else right now. They wanted to have fun this weekend, focus on the game, and it was great. But I do agree, and again, I agree with Tomo. The advertising has to be better. There's no reason why we should be talking more or seeing more about the Summer League Championship that's happening tonight at 8:00. Miami Heat, of course. You know, we may have something to celebrate this year. We might have something to celebrate. But there's no reason we should be hearing about more about that than the actual WNBA All-Star weekend. Like it got to be better. Speaking of the WNBA, Cheryl Miller has said something recently, like while we were on the show. She says that the $2.2 billion deal that the WNBA is getting should be $8 billion.
8 billion?
Yeah, $8 billion.
Oh, okay.
Also,
she's saying that's what it's going to be. She's saying, or it should be.
It should be.
Or like her opinion, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. A lot. They also said something too. They also announced something too. They're trying to expand it to a 44 game.
Yeah. Because there's new teams coming in, of course. Because you know you got the Valkyrie coming in next year, and then you got the other team coming in the year after that. So you got two teams coming in the next 2 years. They're trying to extend it to 44, but they want to extend it to more. Right now with the CBA, the most you can do is 44.
Yeah, you don't want to just.
Yeah, no,
go from 0 to 100 like that.
Yeah, no.
They're gonna eventually do 82 though.
Just relax a little bit.
Maybe. I think honestly,
they can do 82 because of the season. It's gonna collide.
Yeah. I think they should do like maybe 50, something like that, like 54, something like that.
They're gonna max it out until like
they're figure something out.
But they're gonna interfere with football.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically, football trying to be all year round, so football trying to find a way to be all year round. You know, because I'm sorry, but another thing that came out of that, outside of the 44 games, and outside of the night by Arike with the 30 points in the second half, you know, that's the most by an NBA player. I mean, first player with 30 points and 10 rebounds. Dave, you stole my magic, man, because I was gonna say Angel Reese saying what she said. It seems like someone's coming around, like the tide is turning. It was like, first y'all wanted to pit us against each other, but I mean, I think we're gonna make more money when we actually are doing like a friendly rivalry, where it's kind of like, you know, when I see you, I'm gonna put up my best, you're gonna put up your best. We out here both breaking records. Technically, I mean, Caitlin, she doing a little bit more. Shout out to Joe in that last episode. If you don't know, go back and watch it. You know, I learned a lot of stats that episode. You know, I ain't know she was doing all that. But again,
I apologize again, Tomo, for not being able to make the show that day.
You gotta get them back. That's all I'm gonna say. But again, once Magic and Bird finally came together and was like, "Hey, man, you know this sells tickets, so let's continue to sell tickets." And now they just need one more player. They need an Isaiah to come along and be like, "Hey, I'm here too." And then they get another Jordan-esque, and now the WNBA.
Juju.
I'm just saying, like,
Juju, oh my gosh.
if there's
I can't wait to
nothing
watch
that,
her in the league. She gonna be cooking.
That's gonna be Jordan right
if
there.
there's one thing that we learned on Saturday night, and if you didn't learn it Saturday night, you learned it from the highlights. We've been saying it since they've been drafted. The WNBA is in good hands. Like, they're in good hands. Once they finally learn how to get into some more algorithms, on the TikTok algorithms with their promotion, they're in good hands because you got Reese, the Reese's Pieces. I eat Reese's Cups, but for those that eat Reese's Pieces, and you got Caitlin Clark with the Golden Kid, and then you got Paige, you got Juju, you still got Asia Wilson still doing her thing, or listen, something like this in good hands. But another thing I want to say is, Joe, you're right. Sometimes chemistry don't matter because you can get 5 random people on the court and they can put you off the court at any time. And that's what happened with Team USA. Them youngins showed up and said, watch this, check ball. And they just went to work.
Asia my son, the year we play Olympics, I don't want to play defense. I'm like, come on, Asia, don't say that. I ain't gonna lie, she tried to blew me when she said that. I was like, come on, Asia. Why play now? Like, come on.
I think the NBA should have did that too, though. I know the Olympics are announced after, but they kind of knew the team. They knew the team
versus the world. They should do that. In the Olympic year.
That might get a little ugly.
I like that.
That might get a little ugly, but that will be nice.
Jokic, Giannis.
Then Embiid gonna have to make a decision. Is it gonna be with USA or is it gonna be with Team World? He gonna have to make a decision.
Oh, he with USA. No matter. Jokic gonna get that work.
Well, I mean, we gonna see.
Embiid gonna not work like he always does.
My only question would be who gonna coach the team, because you got to have your coach to say good things about you, right?
Jordy Fernandez.
And I'm talking about John Harbaugh, man.
Man.
He's not thinking about real coaches, man.
No more.
Come on, John Harbaugh, man. If you don't know, now you know. John Harbaugh, we got to react. Oh,
man, this jumper.
This is exactly what me and Dave did, though. What you talking about, man? Oh, man. Lamar Jackson is going to be the greatest QB in NFL history. I didn't say it. Some people believe it. But I'm going to let John Harbaugh tell you how he really feels.
Lamar, for whatever reason, there's a lot of great things said about Lamar. But there's a lot of stuff that's said that you got to just scratch your head about and kind of wonder, what's that person even thinking, So, but we take it personally. Lamar's a guy all his life. Lamar Jackson has been a guy who's been answering those same questions. I'm talking about since he was a kid, junior high, high school, college, the draft, the success he's had in the National Football League, and it still comes up. Okay? He's still growing. He's got a growth mindset. He's going to get better and better, no doubt. But what does he have to do to prove himself to some people, right? And so the thing for me is it's talking about vision again. There's a vision. And I believe the Ravens and we've always had a vision for Lamar Jackson. It started with Lamar's vision and his mom's vision when he said he was going to be a quarterback. And the vision that we have together is that Lamar Jackson is going to become and be known and be recognized as the greatest quarterback ever to play in the history of the National Football League.
Had to let that one breathe for a moment. He said a lot in that clip. Dave, how you feel about what he said?
I'll say this. Lamar Jackson is, to me, the most talented quarterback in the league. If you look at what he's capable of doing. When it comes to his athleticism, him being a quarterback, still being able to throw the ball, run, be elusive when it comes to from getting away from tackles, his lateral movement. Lamar Jackson is, to me, the most talented quarterback in the league. Now, when it comes to being the greatest quarterback of all time, I think what he needs to do is, of course, start winning Super Bowl titles. Unfortunately for him, there's a quarterback who was only drafted a year before him who already has 3. and his name is Patrick Mahomes.
Hey,
As far as I know right now, Lamar Jackson's not in the conversation as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Now, that's not to say that he can't get there, but it's going to have to start next season. Like he has to win a Super Bowl title soon. He can't wait anymore to get to that part. Now, he's gotten to the AFC Championship for the first time in his career last year, which is great. He won the MVP again and had the number one seed in the AFC, number one team in the AFC last year. But Patrick Mahomes came into Baltimore and changed that. So not only do you need to win Super Bowl titles, you need to beat the guy who's winning the Super Bowl titles. So you got to do that as well. Lamar Jackson, to me, doesn't have to prove about what he's capable of as a quarterback. He just needs to win. That's the thing. To be the greatest quarterback of all time, you got to win. Now, there's three guys in that conversation. Well, we know who the greatest quarterback of all time right now is. It's Tom Brady. But there's two other guys that are in that conversation, and that's Joe Montana and Patrick Mahomes. What do those guys have that Lamar Jackson does not have? Super Bowl titles. They got rings. So for me, that's a great thing to have. But John, you need to understand, he's not going to get there if he doesn't win a Super Bowl title. And you are partially responsible for that as his head coach. You got to make sure that you put him in the best position to do so. And as his head coach, you got to lead him and be like, hey, there are opportunities out there where you can run. Take those opportunities. Don't wait. Don't try to be someone else, someone that you're not. Go out there and play your game to your best ability and do what you can to help us win games. Because I'm telling you, if Lamar Jackson played his game in the AFC Championship game, this conversation would be a little bit different.
that's true. It's not only just on John Harbaugh as well. It's also on the GM because you named the two quarterbacks, right? And a few of them, there's something else that they have outside of weapons. I mean, rings is weapons because they've been depriving Lamar Jackson of actual receivers for a while now. Look what Kansas City just did. They just revamped their whole wide receiver core. And now everybody's talking about, look at the speed that they're going to have along with one of the best tight ends in the league. Also with a run game where they found out to use the run game in spurts where it can kill you. And then boom, their defense also helps as well. So again, as a head coach, I can see you coming out. What else would he say about his quarterback? I mean, they drafted the kid, and when they drafted him, everything they said about him coming out of the draft, some people wanted to make him a running back. Some people wanted to make him a wide receiver. They wanted him to do everything but play quarterback. The Ravens drafted him and said, look, we're going to make the vision for us is to make Lamar Jackson one of the best quarterbacks. And technically, they've done that outside of providing with actual wide receivers. Some people said he can't throw the football. I mean, Dave, I know you alluded to that comment where they said he can't throw the ball, but even if he couldn't throw the football, y'all not giving him nobody to throw it to. Now, when he shows you that he can throw the football with these pieces that you got around him, it's like, what's next? Now you go get him a run game. Cool. You go get him a defense. It's all there. He has Derrick Henry. He has a defense. There's another stat that's out there, right? Lamar Jackson's defense give up an average of 15.7 points per game in the last 6 playoff appearances compared to that Chiefs team. Chiefs teams give up 21.2 on an average, and they find ways to win. But that comes with weapons on the offensive side as well. Now, I'm not saying it's all on Lamar because I know someone that's going to watch this segment and be like, well, he got hurt in a few of those games. But again, if your quarterback goes down and you know that your quarterback has the potential going down because of the style in which he's forced to play, because he can run the ball, but when he's forced to have to do it on every single play because no one's getting open, of course he's going to get hurt. So again, John and Eric, you got to put pieces around him. I can't say about Dak Prescott with his defense, but he always had offensive weapons there. So if you go out there and lose games and you got offensive weapons, I believe it's on you. When you go out there and you have no weapons and you have to try to win every game on your own, something has to be said about that. Go ahead, Joe.
Now look, after the video, after that clip was over, this is what he said, John Harbaugh. He said, after he laid out the vision, right, by him being the greatest quarterback ever, he said it's going to happen by Lamar, his work ethic, his brilliant talent, by all of us pouring into that effort as a team, teamwork, and by the grace of God and God's goodwill. If you are a head coach, take notes. That's a head coach that believes in his quarterback and is telling him that we as a team, we're going to give you all the support you need to become the best. But he started off by saying it's going to happen by Lamar, his work ethic, and his brilliant talent. Lamar got to do the work, but we're going to pour into that effort as a team and by the grace of God and his will. So I have no issue with Harbaugh said. All he did was back his best player. I think more coaches should do that. Now, let me say this. I feel like Lamar Jackson is either overly killed or overly protected. All right? It's never down the middle. And I feel like I lean towards the overly protected side because of the overkill side of Lamar in the national media. The disrespect he gets, not being in the top 10. You know, winning MVP, making it to the LC Championship game, and Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers sit ahead of you no, not Aaron Rodgers. Josh Allen sit ahead of you on the jump. Like, come on now. You know, right? So, and Joe Burrow wasn't even here last year. What's going on?
And Justin Herbert.
No, Lamar was 4 this year. This year they actually have my 4. Justin Herbert was at 6. Dak me the hell out them about that. Dak Prescott. All right.
They had Kellen Moore. Don't worry about it. That's all. You just got to learn.
They did. So now, so I'm gonna give an unbiased take real quick, y'all. The Ravens. So the Ravens, you know, we always, like Tomo said, we don't have weapons for Lamar, which is true. You know, Lamar Jackson, you got Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. What can I say, right? Joe Mixon, all-pro running back. They all had weapons. Lamar, up to last year, he kind of did, but the year before that, he never had weapons outside of his tight end. All right? Lamar has played 3 healthy seasons. And 3 healthy seasons, 2 MVPs. That's a lot. So the odds tells you when he's healthy, he's going to win MVP. Also, Lamar Jackson has improved in every playoff run he had. His first year being in the playoffs, he was in a wild card, looked terrible. His second year in the playoffs, second time in the playoffs, he skipped the wild card because he was number 1 seed. Then he lost in the divisional round. His third time in the playoffs, he didn't skip the wild card. He actually played it and won. Got his first playoff game. Lost to the Bills. His last playoff run, last one he's had, skipped the wild card, won his first divisional game, and lost an LC championship game. So every time he's taking another step. So what's the problem? Why are we mad at Lamar Jackson? You know what it is. What kind of criticism that get, Tomo?
2-4. Can he win a playoff game?
It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs.
No, you 2-5.
I got a graphic for y'all right here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this graphic. Wow, you can say on the title, Tomo. When you gotta edit that. Lamar Jackson, his rookie season compared to his playoffs. His rookie season compared to his playoffs. Look at this, y'all. Look, rookie season, completion percentage is higher, yards per attempt is higher, total TDs is higher, total turnovers is lower, and the QB rating is higher. And his rookie season is arguably his worst year because obviously he wasn't Lamar Jackson then, his rookie season. And he only played 7 games. So this is why we are critical on Lamar. People are critical on Lamar. It's his playoff. When they lose, he don't play good. We make excuses like myself. Oh, they should have ran the ball more. Did we say that about Dak Prescott?
Nope.
Or do we use that to condemn Dak Prescott?
Yep.
I know I did. When they lost to the 49ers the first time, I'm like, man, every time they ran the ball, they did good, but they kept throwing it with Dak. So, I'm loving this, right? So, that's all I'm saying. So, Lamar Jackson, like David said, Lamar Jackson this year has to win. He has to at least get to the Super Bowl. And like I said about Dak Prescott, can you at least play well when y'all lose? That's all we need. When y'all lose, can you play well? You know, so I'm all for Lamar. I'm rooting for Lamar, but it gotta be some fair criticism. Like I said, I think he's overly killed and I think he's overly protected. I feel like this right here is right down the middle.
So you saying as he got older, he got worse in the playoffs?
Nah, he actually had his best playoff game last year.
He did. It's kind of like Dak playing the Bucks and then going out and then losing to the 49ers. That kind of he had his best game against the Texans, and then he went up there and then you just lost it against the Chiefs. I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, the one thing everybody goes back to when they talk about it is the MVPs. But when you break it down, that's like you said, Joe, people are on the fence with it. Is overprotection or is overkill. It's never down the middle. Now, the disrespect definitely comes from when people ask questions like, is Josh Allen overrated? But then they'll flip the conversation and say, is Lamar Jackson worth his contract? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you talking about a two-time MVP who's proven that when he's on the field, they win versus a guy who's just known for the one big game against the Chiefs. So,
yeah, I also think that some of that criticism comes from his MVP season last year. Last year, he doesn't, if you look at his numbers, it doesn't look like he deserved to win. But if you pay attention to how the Ravens played last year, you look at the position he was in, who else were you going to give it to? I mean, Christian McCaffrey was in the conversation, but I mean, it hasn't gone to a running back unless they broke a record in the NFL. Brock Purdy was in it, but Brock Purdy had 5 interceptions against the Ravens.
Dang,
So that was not going to happen. Yeah, 5. So he had 5 interceptions against the Ravens. And Dak Prescott, who was also in the conversation, had the numbers, but it was against bad teams.
He just had to beat Miami, man.
So
he had to do. And he played good that game too.
Yeah, his
and then Lamar turned around destroyed Miami.
Exactly. So he had the opportunity. The opportunities were there for other people to take it, and Lamar Jackson was the only one to capitalize on it. So
facts.
Because think about it like this. I think, did they lose to the Lions or they smoked the Lions?
They smoked the Lions.
Yeah,
they smoked every team.
That was the deal breaker.
They smoked the Texans.
They didn't lose to an NFC team at all last year. They blew all of them out.
Lamar only lost to the Giants his whole career. Yeah. But like, look, Dave, that 49ers game, Christmas, we knew how hype that game was. 49ers was riding high. They just blew out. It just destroyed Philly.
We were on a high because at first we had that losing streak, that 3-game losing streak when Debo went out and when Christian McCaffrey got hurt. So we had that losing streak. Take a bye, then we start blowing teams out right after that. Then we go, and then Christmas Day, that game, Monday night, playing against the Ravens, the number 1 team in the AFC, and we're the number 1 team in the NFC. You got 2 number 1 teams going against each other, and then the Ravens just dominated the game.
Bro, the 49ers took Philly, Hell in a Cell match, took them on top of the cage, and chokeslammed them all the way down by J.R. Ryder and landed on their feet. And then Philly was knocked out. That's how bad they beat Philly. And then the 49ers did that to them on Christmas, bro. They beat them worse than they did Philly. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say that.
But you gonna know the difference.
Y'all like beat the praise off Philly.
No.
Y'all made Brock Purdy look worse than Jalen Hurts.
I would say it's kind of about the same. The only difference is the 49ers, they weren't mentally crumbled after that, like another team. Another team was mentally crumbled after that one. I'm just saying. Everybody got beat bad last year, and teams found a way to bounce back. One team tanked it after that. That's all I'm saying. I think they belong in the doghouse. We ain't gonna say too much, man. You got a sample of the doghouse, man. Let them know. Is it Nick Sirianni? I'm joking. The Mike Shannon, not Mike. McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. I said I'm thinking of 49ers, but I meant Mike McCarthy.
Hey, I mean, Kyle Shanahan is not absolved from this year. I think if y'all know me well enough, Kyle Shanahan is not absolved from being in the doghouse.
Well,
so it's been a couple weeks since I actually had my own show. Got a team that I kind of need to talk about. They haven't been playing pretty well the last few games, that's including before the ALLSTAR break in the Major League Baseball. They've actually been in the doghouse before, so this is something that they're used to. So, and this is actually one of the worst teams in baseball. But we got to talk about them. This is another team that wears black and white in Major League Baseball. They've only won 27 games so far this year. They are pretty bad. And they're on another losing streak. It's the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox are currently on a 7-game losing streak.
Woo!
They lost to the Minnesota Twins 3-2 on July 10th. Then they get swept in the series by the Pirates 4-1, 6-2, 9-4. They didn't even get more than 4 runs. Then, just recently, they get swept again by another team that was also in the doghouse, the Kansas City Royals. Now, the White Sox in this series have a total of 3 runs the entire series. It's been 3 games, 1 run each game. And it's come late. It's minuscule points, minuscule runs. Let's put it that way. Teddy gonna kill me if I say points. So minuscule runs. So they were already losing in the game. They already gave up 7 runs against the Kansas City Royals by the 5th inning. They didn't get their first run until the 8th inning in that game. They lost 7-1. Then just last night, they lose again 4-1.
Bruh.
The White Sox are absolutely horrendous. They are 27-74 in the season right now. They are already on pace to lose 100 games. There's 162 games in Major League Baseball. They're about to lose 100 games. I don't think there's much more that I really need to say about the Chicago White Sox, except that they are absolutely terrible. This is one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in Major League Baseball. I know people like to talk about the A's, but the A's have actually played a lot better than people expected this year. The White Sox are trash. Let's just be honest about it. So, Chicago White Sox, you get the call that everybody else gets that goes into the doghouse. Welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Comments, fellas, before I go to the next one.
You got comments, Humbo?
You can roll right over to the next one, man.
Yeah, I got
I
comments.
say ever since they did my cousin wrong, man, I knew they weren't gonna do right, man.
Oh, Teddy's here. Baseball with Teddy. It's your cousin wrong, July. Now, Dave, I agree with you. They're the worst team. Detroit Pistons of baseball. They're just terrible. And that's why I think they're low-hanging fruit. I feel like they should never been in the doghouse because they're already in the doghouse. You threw them in the doghouse for this exact same reason.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like another person should have been here. So let me tell you why I don't think they should be in here. I feel like, let me break it down for you. So look, when you had them on last time, they were 2-9 at home, 1-6 in the road, 3-15 start the season. It's a 20% winning percentage. The last 15 games, guess where they are? 3-15. Nothing's changed. They're the same team. So they didn't get worse. But if I look at their last 15 games and this losing streak they're on, all that stuff, right? They were on because they actually won. In the last 15 games, they played the Royals, who won 55 games this year. They played on the road against the Royals, who won 55 games this year so far, and the most home games in the AL, 34 home wins, which is a tough game for them. Mm-hmm. They also played the Pirates at home, which is a 50-win team. They got the 3rd most wins in their conference. The Twins at home, who got 54 wins, who got the 3rd most away wins in their conference. They play the Marlins, who suck, but they better than them. They got 35 wins. And lastly, the Cleveland Guardians, one of the best teams in baseball. They played them, and that's who they beat. They actually beat them. Their average margin of victory in their 3 wins, I know it's only 3 wins, is 3 runs. Their average margin victory in their losses, 3 runs. So in my opinion, they got better. I feel like they are actually better than what they were in the first 15 games. That's why I feel like somebody else should have been in our house. Who y'all just blew out in the Summer League, David?
King?
Chill out, bro. Nah, it wasn't us.
No, it wasn't the
Beat us
Kings.
though. They did beat us. Y'all just blew somebody out. Was it Warriors? Somebody else?
Nah, we just beat the Warriors by 3.
Y'all just blew somebody out. They should have been. I never seen a summer league get that bad.
Yeah,
They
we
could've
did.
been in
We
doghouse.
beat somebody by like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all did what US should have did it the other day, but they didn't. Anyway, so I feel like somebody else could have been in the doghouse. This is low hanging fruit. It's like putting the Pistons in the doghouse after the All-Star break. I mean, we come on now. We know what's going on with the Pistons.
Joe, what the Pistons do to you, man?
I mean, it's a good comparison. They are historically trash. Right?
They're extremely trash.
Right? Aren't they historically bad? Like, right, Teddy? Correct me if I'm wrong. They had Pistons on the diagonal. They're the same division as the Detroit Tigers too. They suck.
The who?
The Tigers.
I tried to tell them. They wouldn't talk about the Nets, man. I tried to tell them, man, it's a marathon. You come out the gate undefeated. I'm just trying to tell you, man, it was a marathon.
I know it was feeling good. Like the Wizards 2 years ago.
You know what I mean?
Remember the Wizards?
Yeah. The next thing you know, right around Christmas, they say, "Hey, Spencer, stop shooting."
It was y'all in Miami, neck and neck, and then Miami just kept going.
It was just tanked it.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, that team belong in the doghouse, man. Let's talk about some dogs, Dave. Who a dog?
All right, now this team, I've talked about them before, and they were in the doghouse. They have one of the hottest rookies in the NBA, definitely in the rookie of the year conversation. Some say that she is the rookie of the year. In Caitlin Clark. She has Aaliyah Boston on her team, but let's be honest. Caitlin Clark is the reason why they're winning these games. The Indiana Fever are dogs, winners of 10 of the last 15 games. Not just winning games. They're beating good teams in these wins. Just last Sunday, they beat the Minnesota Lynx. We know what the Minnesota Lynx are right now. They're one of the best teams in the WNBA who has a chance to compete to win the WNBA championship this year. Also, beat the Phoenix Mercury, who's been winning since Brittany Griner got back. That's awesome. Beat the Liberty. The Liberty is one of the best teams in the WNBA. Beat them as well. And who are they being led by, Joe?
Ellie.
Sabrina. And my girl, Jacquel.
There you go.
Don't forget Ellie, man. Y'all ain't gonna. I'm sorry, but the mascot gotta get some love too.
No,
Ellie doing her thing.
Of course, Ellie doing her thing. Of course, we that's true. Then, of course, in another matchup against the Sky, beat them. Beat the Mystics, of course. I mean, sorry, we just continue to lose to them. Beat the Dream. Beat the Sky again. Beat the Mystics again. Beat the Dream again. Beat Seattle. Seattle is another good team in WNBA that a lot of teams are not talking about. The only team that blew them out in this run is the Aces. Aces beat them 88-69. That's the only team in this that they've got blown out by. But they've been competing with all the other teams. They even competed with the Wings. Well, they lost against the Wings, which is not good. The Dallas Wings are pretty terrible. But the Indiana Fever are 11-15 right now. In the playoff conversation, can definitely do some damage in the playoffs. Caitlin Clark is balling. I believe she had a 30. She just had a triple-double just a few games ago. The Indiana Fever, to me, are the dogs of the week. And I believe they deserve it because no one expected them to be able to compete against these good teams, and they're actually doing that and winning these games. Like I said, they only got blown out by the Aces, and that was a 17-point loss. Other than that, they're beating really good teams. Like I said, they beat the Liberty, they beat the Mercury, beat the Lynx. They're doing what people probably didn't think they could do because they don't have the same amount of talent that these other teams have, but they're winning, and Caitlin Clark is a huge reason why that's happening. So Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Indiana Fever, you are dogs of the week.
Run.
And Joe, I know you got something to say about Caitlin Clark, so go ahead.
Hey, you want to go first, Tomo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I'm actually gonna push back on this one. Surprise.
What?
I'm gonna push back on this one. I came for war today. I came for war today. I got everything. So look, first of all, Indiana Fever, they were your dogs. They were out of the doghouse just 3 weeks ago. All right. So, they gotta do something exponential from the 3 weeks ago for me to be like, okay, they dogs.
I mean, they went 8-4.
I got you. Their biggest win streak, they went 4-0. They won 4 games in a row. Since starting from the top of the win streak, they're 8-5. But since the win streak, they're 4-5. They are also still bottom half of the league at 11-15. They still got a losing record. So I don't think they're dogs. There are 2 dogs I thought that should have been on here outside of the Indiana Fever. First one, Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray won a 3-point shootout contest, won a skills challenge. Do y'all know her salary is $185,000? Just for her winning those contests, she got a 60% bonus, $115,000 bonus. So she increased her income by another 62% just by one of those contests. Dog number 1. And dog number 2, the person that beat Caitlin Clark last, Arike. Y'all forgot about that? That was just one. She just won MVP in the All-Star game. Broke the record most points in the quarter in the WNBA All-Star game. Broke the record most points in the half in the WNBA All-Star game. And broke the record in the most points in the game in the WNBA All-Star game. So I think that Arike and Alicia Gray deserves to be dogs over Indiana Fever.
Joe, do you know what you just said?
What did it say?
You said she had the most points in WNBA game, and then you said it again.
No, most points in the first quarter, most points in the first half, most points in a whole game.
She didn't score in the first half. What you mean?
Third quarter. In the second half. She got most points in a half.
You said first quarter.
My bad. Most points in a quarter, most points in a half, and most points in a game in WNBA All-Star history.
My God.
See, I thought about the All-Star weekend, but I didn't want to put anyone in the All-Star weekend in the dogs. That's the only reason why I didn't do that. It's the All-Star weekend. So I expect something spectacular to happen in the All-Star weekend. I wanted to talk about something else other than the All-Star weekend.
That's a good one.
Because honestly, I was going to put Miami Heat as dogs, because
the Aces are going to be out there. They've been cooking like
Summer League Championship, but I wanted to talk about something that actually counts. The All-Star weekend don't necessarily count towards the season, so I want to talk about something that counts towards the season.
Now I agree with the Alicia Gray one because that counted towards the pockets. Now I can agree there. That ain't got nothing to do with the regular season.
I think he made great points.
Yeah,
he made great points.
Because we did put the All-Star weekend in the doghouse, so why can't we wear the All-Star weekend?
Yeah. So it's not exactly for the week. It's just who I want to talk about for the week. It's not. I'm answering the comment from Jamo. So it's not for the week. It's just who I'm going to talk about for the week.
That was a good one, Joe. Definitely war ready.
Took an L to Arike, who just won MVP. I mean, Arike in that game, by the way, she had 24, 7-7, 3 steals, and guarded Caitlin Clark the whole 4 quarter. Could got the 2 shot the whole 4 quarter.
Well, if you want to put anybody in the doghouse or you want to call them dogs, I'm gonna say shout out to the Indiana Fever for letting the Wings do that because the Mystics need that number 1 pick, and the Wings are now tied with the Mystics. They both 6-19. So again, anything to help us get that number 1 pick, I ain't mad at it. But I want to add somebody to the doghouse.
Oh dang, you want to go back? Go ahead.
Yeah, nah. I was trying to let Dave everything out the way. I forgot. I looked at my notes and I said, "Oh, this person definitely belongs in the doghouse," and his name is Shakur Stevenson. And Dave, I don't know if you was going to talk about it, but I just want to bring it up right quick. Shakur is going in the doghouse for me because of the live that he did with Keyshawn Johnson and Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
the fact that we literally told y'all to get away from this guy. And now you have 2 boxes. Actually, add Keyshawn to that list too. And now you have 2 boxes going on live and repeating the same word over and over that he just got canceled for. To talk about how you all want to fight each other shows that you just blatantly don't respect the community at all. Like, we told you that we're not doing this. So Shakur, my guy, you in the doghouse. Like, that's my vote.
Yeah, they're like a bunch of kids, bro. That's how I looked at it. Yeah, I agree with that one though. I think you about to put him in the doghouse for with him not listening to your boy.
I think it's somebody that disagrees with us.
Well, what? Y'all
About
tripping
me.
on what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. 'Cause, yeah,
What do you,
Speak up,
Miami,
never hold
hey,
your peace.
I'm a Miami Heat fan. What are we tripping about? About Shakur Stevenson being in the doghouse?
I'm trying to figure it out myself because that right there. I mean, him being in the doghouse for not listening, we clearly see that.
This
he
ain't
don't
got
listen.
nothing to do with what he did in the ring.
Yeah, nah,
The
this is
man,
outside.
a man came out and racially destroyed the black community. And you got two guys in the black community. After this dude gets suspended for only a year, by the way, right? No, he got banned, right?
He got banned. Yeah, he banned.
He got
was
banned
banned.
and suspended. He's suspended for a year and he got banned from the WBC.
And what you do? You go on a live where the whole public can see and you, man, you ain't, come on, man. You mean that, man? I'm like, come on, what y'all doing? Like, this should have been on a three-way call. Why you on live doing this? So I feel like that's all immature, man. It's all immature, by the way.
Oh, Trent, of course. Trent he be trolling, man.
Trent just starting stuff, man.
This is what I say, because the wrong logo. It's a Trent I know. It's the wrong logo right there.
No. I know. If y'all watched Miami Heat, shout out to the Miami Heat Zone. I've been on there for a few episodes now. Trent always trolling, so I'm gonna let him have his. I'm gonna let him have that. He be wanting to start stuff. That's all.
Well, hey Trent, you can take this back to the Miami Heat community. I said LeBron would have been better if he stayed in Miami.
You said what?
I said LeBron would have been better if he stayed in Miami.
By the way,
I said Miami LeBron was the best Bron. That's what
2018 Bron was the best version of LeBron James. We're gonna take it to the chat though.
We will.
All right, let's get these last words in before we get banned.
Yeah, I just got one thing I need to address in my last words, and that is to my guy. I know that we are Heat fans.
And
we love to root for our teams. However, if you have watched the Miami Heat Zone, Martell, you did not agree with this on your own show. So don't try to come in the comment section here and try to say we winning the chip this year. We don't even know what Jimmy Butler we're going to get this year. That's exactly what you say out your mouth. So come on, man. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. I hope you were trolling with this comment because I don't. You know what? I know someone in the Miami Heat Zone that agrees with you. Tone. I know Tone for sure agrees exactly with what you said. So come on, man. Let's not be delusional fans. Let's be honest. Let's wait until what we see to say that we're gonna win it all this year. Because there's a lot of question. There's a lot of anger from us not making any moves this offseason other than getting other than getting Alec Burks. That's what we did this year. We got Alec Burks.
Hold up.
Now I know people want to say Terry Rozier is coming back healthy. Awesome. We drafted Khalil where Pele Larson looks good in summer league. Awesome. But let's wait until the season plays and we see how everything goes out to say that we're going to win the championship this year.
Now, Dave, I remember when this comment was typed. I don't know if he was talking about the season or if he was talking about the summer league game. I thought he was talking about the summer league
year.
I thought he was talking about the summer league game.
This year.
You worked about summer league though. You're right.
In that moment, that's why
I talking about summer league.
I
was taking summer league.
I got you though. I got it.
All right. My last words will be shout out to the whole All-Tour Network. Shout out to the All-Tour family. I appreciate everybody. And y'all tune in tomorrow episode. Get to the chat because we're going to talk about LeBron James.
Why I gotta be just LeBron? We could talk about coaches and all that. But my last words is make sure y'all tune into the episode tomorrow because I already know there's going to be a lot of comments from the Lamar Jackson conversation that's going to carry over into another debate. So again, Refuse to Lose is not just a show. It's a network. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, do everything to get this network in, I would say, friendly neighborhood growing because we one big family. Some people are roommates. That's why I don't like what you said about the Pistons.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all next episode.
Shout out to Miami Heat. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.